looks like Caden Clausen at the back of the pack. Heat race number 1 of 2 for the Lems Auto Recyclers Sportsman class. Going to kick things off tonight. Precision Auto Body Night here at the Rapid Speedway. 5 classes coming your way, and it all starts now. Heat race number 1 of 2 for the Lems Auto Recyclers Sportsman. We're under green. Todd Steenoven on the high side, jumping out to that early race advantage. Neil Krull will battle back on the bottom side in that 83 machine. Steenoven will get the run on the high side down the backstretch off into turn number 3. Todd Steenoven, your race leader on lap number 1 for the Lems Auto Recyclers Sportsman class. Neil Krull holding on to second, but not for long. Here comes Wyatt Steenoven. Wyatt Steenoven coming through in the 57W. It's Steenoven and Steenoven running 1 and 2. Neil Krull in that 3rd spot. Tyler Broadley in 4th, followed by Clausen and DeBoer. Heat race number 1 of 2 for the Sportsman class, presented by Lems Auto Recyclers. Great class for us here at the Rapid Speedway. Very affordable class. If you ever thought about giving dirt track racing a try, this is the class for you. Very affordable class, great beginners class. Or you could stick with the class if you want to keep it affordable. Either or, it's a great class we've got here at the Rapid Speedway, a class that has grown over the last few years. Todd Steenoven, your race leader. Wyatt Steenoven in that 2nd spot. Neil Krull hanging on to 3rd. Tyler Bradley and Caden Clausen. Good battle right there, is shaping up for 4th spot. Bradley a little squirrely. Clausen will flip-flop and go to the top side. Elena DeBoer just out onto the track for the first time this season, out for her first racing action of the year. Steenoven and Steenoven running 1 and 2. Caden Clausen looking to get underneath Tyler Bradley for that 4th spot. Bradley still has the run in the silver 94. Tyler Bradley and Caden Clausen, followed by Elena DeBoer. Again, DeBoer just getting her first laps in this season. She'll make her way down the front stretch. Wyatt Steenoven to the race lead as Todd Steenoven up high at the white flag. The 57W of Wyatt Steenoven, your race leader. Wyatt Steenoven, Todd Steenoven, Neil Krull all by his lonesome in 3rd position. Bradley and Clausen battling it out for 4th. And coming off of turn number 4, your first heat race winner of the night, the 57W of Wyatt Steenoven.
Wyatt Steenoven grabbing that heat race win ahead of Todd Steenoven, Neil Krull, Tyler Bradley to the top 4, and Caden Clausen rounding out your top 5.
Second and final heat race for the Sportsman class. We'll head on over to the Sebas McGraphics Hobby Stocks coming up following this one. As heat race number 2 of 2 coming to the start line right away. Brandon Boovey, Travis Dan up front on row number 1 to start things off for heat 2. Green is in the air. Ryan Crone will make his way to the inside of Travis Dan for that 2nd spot. Dan in 3rd position, followed by the 10 machine of Blake Schneekloth, the 22 of Chandler Myberg rounding out the field. Second and final heat race for the Sportsman class, presented by Lems Auto Recyclers. Brandon Boovey, your leader. Brian Crone coming. Travis Dan in that 3rd position, fighting off Schneekloth. Schneekloth in the orange and white number 10 as Myberg's got a good healthy dose of smoke coming out the back of that 22 machine at the back of the pack. Boovey and Crone running 1 and 2. As we come off of 4, Boovey up high. Crone will follow to complete lap number 2 of heat number 2 for the Lems Auto Recyclers Sportsman class. Chandler Myberg off the pace and doing a little insect control with all the smoke coming out the back of that 22 machine. Boovey still leading Crone as we come around for lap number 3 of heat race number 2 for the Sportsman class. Dan and Schneekloth running 3rd and 4th respectively. Myberg at the back of the pack. Chandler Myberg taking a voluntary start at the back in that 22 machine. New to the Rapid Speedway this year. He's been out each and every week so far. Boovie and Crone running 1 and 2. 2 to go this time by. Brandon Boovie and Brian Crone. Boovie in the white 17, Crone in the black 14, Travis Dan in the white 42, the orange and white 10 of Schneekloth, and the blue 22 of Myberg. As we come to the white this time by, Crone dipping down low. Boovie will hold on to the lead. Brandon Boovie, Brian Crone running 1 and 2. Travis Dan followed by Myberg and, Schneekloth, then Myberg. Myberg actually pulling off in the 22W. Not going to make it all the way through. Boovie and Crone 1 and 2. We're entering turn number 4 for the heat race win. It's the 17 of Brandon Boovie.
Well, Brandon Boovie holding off for that heat race win. Brian Crone in second, Travis Dan third, and Blake Schneekloff rounding out that top 4.
So trouble for McGilvery here, and that will move the 35L of Cody Ledger on to the pole. Ledger and Dylan Opdahl now work together to set the pace on this 8-lap heat race number 1 of 3 for the Property Solutions of America Midwest Sprint Touring Series. Ledger will grab the command as they come off turn number 2. Opdahl in the second spot with the 0 of Schriever and 7C of Clinton Bruns in the top 4 spots. The 53 of Jack Dover in position number 5. Back down to 1 with 7 laps remaining. It is all Cody Ledger, and here comes the Teresa Davis Racing 0. Alex Schriever around Dylan Opdahl. He's got the second spot as the 53 of Jack Dover starts to work over Clinton Bruns for position number 4. Smoke shows from second place running Alex Schriever and now disappears. Here comes Dover to the outside of Bruns. Down the back straightaway, give the 4th spot to Jack Dover as Clinton Bruns slips up and now grabs the cushion exiting the 4th turn. 3 and 5 to go. Now Dover working on the 2 of Opdahl for the second spot. Dover works on him no more as he takes over the 3rd position in turn number 1. Opdahl may be slowing just a bit there in the car number 2. 3 laps to go, and it is still the 35L of Cody Ledger, his lead. Right now, pretty significant one of a half straightaway over the 0 of Alex Schriever. Two seconds the lead as they come to the white flag. Final lap now underway in the first of 3 heat races. Schriever still so smoke, but continues on in the second spot. Meanwhile, your race leader, Cody Ledger, the Omaha, Nebraska driver, off of turn number 4 to the checker flag. He picks up the win over opening heat. Alex Schriever goes second. Jack Dover from the tail. He'll finish in the 3rd spot. Dylan Opdahl coming to the line in 4th, and Brandon Stevenson crosses in 5th. Checkered flag on heat race number 1. Cody Ledger picks up the win by 1.9 seconds over the 0 of Alex Schriever. The 53 of Jack Dover will charge up to 3rd. Dylan Opdahl 4th. Brandon Stevenson in the 29 is 5th. Clinton Bruns 6th. Tyler Ravenberg finishes 7th. Chuck McGilvery credited with 8th. The 24T of Christopher Traum not making the call for heat race number 2. That will move the 55 of Nate Aiken to the outside of row 2. The 12 of Troy Shores to the outside of row 2 as Aiken takes the outside of row 1. And Lutz will move up to the 6th starting spot. The 10J of Justin Jacobsma looks like he is lagging back. They've been battling engine gremlins here early on tonight. Coming to the green, 8 laps is the distance. Heat race number 2 of the Property Solutions of America Midwest Sprint Touring Series. Aiken and Rosenboom going to battle for the race lead. Here comes Troy Shores to the outside of Rosenboom down the backstretch. Aiken to the bottom. That's where Rosenboom wanted to go. Shores on the top, making hay on the high line, coming to put lap number 1 in the books. Rosenboom to the bottom of Nate Aiken in turns 1 and 2. Can't get it. Rosenboom off the pace. So Rosenboom off the pace. Nate Aiken, your leader, as they come off of turn number 4 with Troy Shores close in tow. Eric Lutz running in third. Brant O'Banion in the 4th spot. And the 10J of Justin Jacobsma holds on to P5. The 12 of Shores continues to work on the 55 of Aiken as we come to the stripe. 4 laps in. Make that 3 laps in and 4 laps to go. 5 laps to go. Aiken's lead just over a 10th last time by the stripe, but you can see Shores is there looking for the lead as they come back to the stripe now at the halfway point. Aiken able to defend and to stop the advance of the 12 of Shores. Here comes the 5 of Eric Lutz into the mix. Lutz, the first ever 2-time champion for the MSTS Series. Claimed it in the inaugural year back in 2015 and is the 2020 champion as well. He runs third as the 10J of Jacobsma goes pit side. Two laps to go. It looked like Shores had a bid for the lead earlier. Now he's going to have to hustle it if he wants to stay in front of the 5 of Eric Lutz. White flag flies at the flag stand. Shores going to get a run here off of turn number 2. Is it enough to reel in Nate Aiken, your race leader? Turn 3 for the final time off of turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air, and Nate Aiken picks up the win. Well, just like he's missed no time behind the wheel at all, Nate Aiken in the 55 picks up the win of heat race number 2. The 12 of Troy Shores a close second. Eric Lutz third. Brant O'Banion in the 4th position in car number 20. Jacobs will be credited with 5th, Rosenboom 6th, and Christopher Traum credited with 7th. Matt Jewell, Shane Fick make up row number 3, and coming from the back, the 2018 MSTS Series champion, the 4J of Lee Groves. 8 times around, drivers going for passing and finishing points to set the starting lineup of tonight's main event. Heat race number 3 for the MSTS sprint cars working themselves in the starting zone. Here comes Caleb Johnson around the outside of the 44 of Chris Martin. He'll lead him down to turn number 3. Dusty Ballinger in the 3rd spot. Then Roth and Jewell in the top 5 as Martin battles back looking for the lead. 1 lap in, 7 laps to go. It is the Merle Johnson Farm Toys 22 of Caleb Johnson as things getting hot and heavy deep in the field. Matt Jewell runs 4th, Roth in 5th, and here comes the 4J of Lee Groves. Groves working the high line, trying to pick up the spot as Roth goes to work on Jewell as they head back to turn number 1. Trent Roth works the bottom, but now here comes Groves around the outside, and he'll move into the top 5. Looking for more as he goes to the inside of Jewell here off of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 from 7th up to the 5th spot. Looking for 4th is the 4J of Lee Groves, but the 2KS of Matt Jewell looking strong as well as he follows the 32 of Dusty Ballinger. Out front, the lead for Caleb Johnson is 4/10 of a second over the 44 of Chris Martin. As we go to 3 laps to go in the final MSTS Heat race. Matt Jewell now going to work, trying to reel in the 32 of Dusty Ballinger. He's got 2 laps to do so if he wants to get to that 3rd spot. White flag about to come out for the 22 of Caleb Johnson, 3/8 of a mile to go. Into turn 3, heading to turn number 4. Caleb Johnson wins heat race number 3 for the MSTS Sprint Cars. Caleb Johnson victorious in heat race number 3 in car 22. The 44 of Chris Martin second, 32 Dusty Ballinger third, 2KS Matt Jewell fourth, and 4 Jay Lee Groves fifth. Trent Roth was sixth, and Shane Fick finishes in the seventh spot. If you want to talk about the quality of the field here tonight for the MSTS sprint cars, out of the top 5 in that heat race, the only driver that's not a regular at the Knoxville Raceway on Saturday nights in 360 or 410 competition was Dusty Ballinger. Caleb Johnson, Chris Martin, Matt Jewell, Lee Groves, all regulars at the Knoxville Raceway.